This is the 69 Camaro.
This is the 69 Camaro.
Okay. So not restored to original.
More of a resto mod.
More of a resto mod.
Had a cool motor in it and everything.
Okay.
Yep.
And so Junior had you do the trunk rubber.
Right. And Junior had a great sense of humor too.
Right.
He's just ripping on me here too.
Junior's trunk thing leaks like a sieve, but they all do. And it looks like he's got one wicked system in this thing, and if it gets wet, he's probably going to blow about 10 grand. So what you got to do first is rip out the old trunk rubber. That's pretty easy to do. The next thing you need to do is vacuum out all the old dirt. Once you're finishing the vacuum, you got to degrease that whole area.
Man, what's taking so long here?
You here to help or to eat?
Man, a deal's a deal. Get to work.
Make sure that all of this stuff here is really clean, because if you're going to put the weather strip adhesive on and it's dirty, it just isn't going to stick.
Man, I'll tell you what. Ask for a trunk rubber, not a whole restoration.
You know, I think we're going to have to vacuum this thing again.
We're going to Mooresville. We're not going to Pebble Beach.
What's that?
I said we're going to Mooresville, not Pebble Beach.
Well, I can see why it leaked last time, huh?
Do it once.
That's why we're taking our time, huh? All right, next thing we got to do is put some weather strip adhesive on both surfaces. So we got to start with the car and then the weather strip. All right, now I really do need your help. You know, normally after you let this set up, it's ready to go in. Normally we'd take the trunk lid off this thing, but Junior here's in a rush.
Yeah, that's the right way to do it. We got somewhere to go.
All right, let's go. All right, once you get the rest of the trunk rubber in place, the last thing you got to do is slice it.
Yeah, we got some engineers if you need some help.
I know you're in a rush, but we got to wipe up that extra.
Oh, most definitely.
You know, can't have a mess there. All right, man, deal's a deal.
I'm pretty impressed, man. Good job. You ready to go ride?
Absolutely, let's go. What's this thing here?
That's a little TV monitor for GPS.
No kidding, huh?
Yeah.
You get lost often?
No, not really, but we take long trips.
Get lost often. So this was obviously part of the segment you guys talked about, that you were going to go for a drive.
Go for a drive afterwards. Yeah.
And what was, I guess, how old was Junior? Probably in his early 20s at that time? Maybe something like that?
Yeah.
What was your impression of him compared to Senior? Like totally a different guy.
Senior had a really good sense of humor too, but I think he was just way more reserved. Junior was like, he knew he was going to be the king of the world soon.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he was winning races. Like he was the guy.
Right.
And had a great sense of humor. He was young and just fun. I think he was enjoying life.
Right.
He was having a good time with everything.
Cruising around in the 69 Camaro here.
Yeah.
And wheeling around like.
Oh yeah, driving it pretty.
Yeah.
Yep.
What'd you do to the motor in this thing?
Well, we just I had it worked on by a buddy of mine. It's a standard, it's like a aluminum head Corvette motor, and puts out a lot of power. I mean, the transmission and the 373 gear really helped it a lot. We put a nice little package underneath for handling. I love the transmission, just like a race car. High performance.
Now, what else did you do to this thing here? You got suspension done? What'd you do there?
Well, we just put all new bushings in it, put some bigger sway bars in it to get some of the roll out of the car. Put some newer leaf springs from the probably 80s model Z28. And,
You guys listening to tunes in there?
It's on the handle a little bit better. It's got the low profile tires on it. Took a little bit away from the handle of the car, so we kind of helped it out with some of the sway bars and whatnot.
Now, what about the changing the motor? I know when I did my first Shelby, it was a numbers match piece. And I caught a whole ton of grief for pulling the original motor out, caging it, and doing all that stuff. Getting that too?
Well, you can't do this with an original loader. I mean, I wanted a car that would haul butt, and I have some, I enjoyed the car for a while when it had original numbers, and I kept all that stuff, and I can always put it back, but I'm 26 years old. I want to go fast everywhere I go.
There you go, 26.